can't... Oh, the scanning device is part of the door. Boo. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. Bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. Where's the flashing light that you're talking about? I'm really confused. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. So it'd be more of a yeah myself. What kind of madness. So clearly we need to get access to those things. Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell. They're not cold, they're cacti. With spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Right. Okay, so we can't get... It's a little ridiculous. The police haven't looked at the kind of who's been... Right. Who's been looking at things. And I can't, like, go and grab that. So I have to move back here. Alright, well, let's go back to the... I can't go to the detention facility from there. I have to go in this way. That seems silly. Looks like misguising questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gantz say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Okay, so now if I go back to... Criminal Affairs. I can't do anything. Don't give me anything in the guard station. No. Maybe there's something here I can examine? These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files in each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I'd expect. Guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Okay. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know. The killer used dry ice. If you put it between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut. I'll win a writer's award for sure. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Curse you! That must be the chief of detectives. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Detective killed in the evidence room? Tell no one outside the police department? No! I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion. Right. Now I just need to find what restaurant he goes to. You're the only person I can talk to, which is rather frustrating. Oh. You mentioned SL9. Let's present this one. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from the case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Okay, so that might be something new. Okay, no, I can't show her anymore. Don't know why it wouldn't let me. Talk. The incident! That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? Prosecutors. You're not paying attention. 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. Marshall was also on it. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So, they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. So, right. In previous cases, the blue text with parentheses around it, has been Phoenix's thoughts. But people seem to be responding to it. So, I don't think it's necessarily that characters are psychic and they don't realise it. It might just be an error, which is disappointing. No decisive evidence. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort? Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those. Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. Okay. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. No one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell? There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? Seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Officer Marshall. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your... Are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister. Made me jealous. And, well, he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Right. Can I now go to the guard? Okay, something has changed. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe? Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh. You mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean you heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? Yes. On the same day, the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot. Another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. Detective Gumshoe, who was it? All I know is I need a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Well, wait, don't leave. You want to know more? Head on down to the detention center, pal. The questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. Is it Officer Marshall? He ran off to the evidence room. This investigation is off to a running start. Well... Actually, no. Let's see... Okay, well, we'll do this now. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I mean, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator against, sir. That's what I'd say. Hi. Greetings, sir. I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, you're a guard here at the detention centre? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What? This is an unexpected turn of events. Okay, the victim. I don't mean to pry, but you're the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Oh, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. The day of the crime. Sir, I'm a trollman with General Furs, sir. Sir! Ow. I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. Normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Is he, like, in revenge, killed Goodman and made it look like Lana Skye was responsible? As revenge? Possibly. Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir! A suspicious person! Ow! What is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. All the colours. When I came to, I was here, in the detention centre. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Skye. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. Wait, hang on. How could he have been knocked out between being arrested and the day of the crime when, while we were investigating the crime, we went up to see Edgeworth and he appeared then? It doesn't make sense. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, Don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hands, sir. Oh, the shock, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Okay. Can I present any evidence to you? Right, present that maybe? Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir. In my dream, sir. And I was being peeled. It's like thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Present that, maybe? Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Can we question him on it? The crime details. I was expecting him to go, that was the guy. That wasn't the guy who did it. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Can you tell me what it is you now remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. Okay, reason for the arrest. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The camera, the crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on the tape. And you wait until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. Guess we'd better go check out the crime scene. Okay. So I have to go there. Oh, something different. Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of... Okay, I don't know who's... Okay, so it'll be Chief. We checked all of its... We checked everything. We checked everywhere. I've already lost track of what it's saying because I was thinking. Inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered.